these houses were built in Scotland after the last war, and during the following 3 years more than 2,500 steel houses were built. Others were built for local authorities in England. Since then, ways of making these houses more attractive have presented themselves, and now one's unable to tell the difference between steel and conventional building material. We know that the housing problems after this war will be even more acute than after the last war.
Speed must be the keynote. Will be built. Factory licensed only for 10 years, these will be rented at low cost. They are prefabricated and built of fine steel with a lining of plywood for keeping a good constant heat. After 10 years they will be scrapped, as enough permanent dwellings to house the population will have been built. Although these are only temporary, they will have all the most up-to-date labour-saving devices and all the comfort derived from many years of permanent building construction. The Weir Paragon House has been designed as a permanent home in rural districts for agricultural and mining workers only. Plans have been made to build some 20,000 of these houses in the first year after the war. The permanent steel house is meant to last as long as a conventional house. In fact, it should last longer. These will be made in various designs by private enterprise. Now, what do people want in a permanent house?
I don't. Good morning, madam.
For any forms to fill up, I'm too busy.
No forms? No. I just wanted to ask you something. What sort of house would you like after the war?
Oh, will it be in the papers?
Well, you never know.
Well, I want plenty of hot water.
You mean you'd like a bathroom?
Well, we do like to wash occasionally.
Of course. But haven't you got a bath here?
Oh, yes, we've got a bath, but by the time it's full, it's cold.
I see. Well, tell me, what do you think of these new steel prefabricated houses?
Oh, no, I don't want one of them.
No?
No.
Well, have you seen one?
No, but, well, it's a new idea, and I don't know, as my Bert would be keen on new ideas.
Even if there's plenty of hot water?
Well, if we see it, maybe we'll believe it. Meanwhile, young John here is more interested in the food front.
I see what you mean. Thank you. What sort of a house would you like?
A public house.
As I shall be spending a lot of time in the kitchen, I want it to be the most up-to-date room in the house.
That's a good point.
All the labour-saving devices, and above all, easy to clean up after use.
What sort of devices?
We'll want at least 3 bedrooms. One for us and one for each of the kids. That's if they're different sex. If not, the extra one can be used as a guest room. You know, where my mother can come and stay.
Perhaps to start off with, we'd better have only 2 bedrooms. And incidentally, I'd like a house with a staircase, and it should have 2 stories.
Personally, I prefer a bungalow. It's easier to keep clean. But stairs or no stairs, please, we don't want any odd corners with funny steps going up or down into each room, like Mother's old house. She spends half her time cleaning and dusting it.
I'd like to live right out in the country.
I like to live near the shops and cinemas.
I want something different from my neighbours.
I'd like a large hall.
Claude windows.
Large cupboard.
Well, there it is.
Well, it looks like a normal house. I expected to see something fantastic, like in Things to Come.
Yes, they all think that. A woman came along last week to look at the various houses, and I asked her which one she'd like. Oh, she said, I don't mind, but I wouldn't like a steel house. But I would like that one, though. And she pointed at the steel house.
How long did they take to build?
Oh, you should have been here 3 weeks ago when we started. Of course, all the parts had previously been delivered to the site, and the foundations had been laid. The framework took 13 hours to put up. This experiment was carried out in very bad weather, but as soon as the framework is complete, the roof can go on, which enables the walls and everything else to be erected under cover. With these houses, an important feature is that they can be lined with any kind of insulating material according to the requirements of the climate. In this case, these blocks provide insulation for the walls, while the roof is insulated by fiberboard. This not only ensures a warm house in winter and a cool one in summer, but above all, this same insulation also provides completely adequate soundproofing. This, of course, is only an experimental house, but with mass production we could turn them out in 2 weeks. And later on, with more experience, we'll put them up even quicker.
Can they make them in different designs?
Oh yes, over there they're working on another type of steel house. So you see, the steel industry's contribution to post-war housing should be pretty formidable and should help tremendously in solving the vast problem of post-war housing.